Hello, everyone. Welcome you to another series of Next Step Forward. The Next Step Forward is a series I have designed with an intent to assist you with simple yet powerful solutions that can help you progress in your job, role, and career. This series aims to address some of the most common queries that can help you progress in your professional life. In our today's session, I would like to talk to you about a scenario wherein employees having reached a tenure of 10 plus years into their job and then they struggle to pass interviews, or they find themselves stuck and confused, not really being able to understand what is it that's holding them back and how they can succeed their interview game. So in our session today, I would like to put this the next step forward that a person or an individual can take, and you can share this with anyone you feel is going through a similar situation. And what I plan to do is I would talk in 3 points. So the next step forward is a 3 points which you can practically implement if in case either it's you or anyone uh, who you know is into a similar situation. So first things friends, if at all, after 10 years of work experience, sometimes life may take turns and twists, and we may be into a situation where we've been applying for interviews but not really been able to clear them or pass them. Now, this sometimes brings us into a very embarrassing or kind of situation which we don't even share with our close family members. So some of the steps that you can actually really practically put into practice here is, first thing, understand after pandemic not only our job or roles but the whole world has undergone a sea change, and this applies to the job well. So if in case you're looking for a job and not really able to pass those interviews, follow these. First thing, understand that what got you here won't get you ahead. Meaning, when we are fairly new in our jobs, straight out of our college, universities, it's a far more easier world to get into a job, because our goal and our aim at that point is more of getting employed, and we are just beginning to explore, which is a very different approach when we have already spent 10 years. So do not, or rather, I would say, refrain from using the methods you use to get hired when you went out of your university and college and you were applying for jobs and attending interviews. That approach will no longer work now. You now need to think an experienced professional that you are, what could be the right channel that I need to tap in for an experienced, seasoned professional like me getting into the next job that you are aiming for. So make a point that stop the old traditional methods, like reaching out to a job portal and expecting you to get some job openings from there, or approaching your interviews the way you used to do it 10 years ago. It will help. The second next step forward that you could take is to read the pattern. So if an individual is struggling to pass that interview, there are times when we are under tremendous stress. We fail to read and reflect. And it's obviously because our goal and aim is to crack an interview, just get into the job and move out of this phase of unemployment. But one of the things that you may not know that can come to your rescue is to read the patterns. When I say read the patterns, is understand two things here. The first is, where are you getting your job openings from? Meaning the channel, like is it a friend or a referral who's sharing a job posting with you, and then you're applying and you're being called for an interview? Or are you, the second option here is, are you reaching out agency or a job vendor, a consultant who's helping you getting placed in some organization. Because understand here, friends, both the approaches have a phenomenal different uh, approach. A friend who would refer you and you go and attend an interview to that particular organization, a confirmation bias may come in when it is referred by your friend, because it all somehow will influence the kind of position your friend holds in that given company. So if your friend is just one of the employees, bad, not good, so you really may perhaps have to prepare really well. Otherwise, when it comes in from a very highly reputed manpower agency or a job consultant who would not only refurbish your entire resume but also present such a way that you will be put through certain things wherein, because you already hold a 10 years of work experience, where now you need to uh, perform and you need to give your interview and understand what's the need of that organization. So a job consultant where they place people into organizations play a very different role in helping you find a job or crack an interview vis-a-vis a referral. So understand this in reading your pattern. Understand, if you're not really passing your interviews, how is it that you're being approached? Which channel is throwing up more job opportunities for you where you're going and attending interviews? This makes a difference. This will also help you understand how well you need to prepare. I'm not saying if you are being referred by a referral you shouldn't prepare, but it does make a difference, and this is just one of the pattern. The second, what you could also do is uh, take a pen and a paper, and let's say you've given 4 to 5 interviews in the past several weeks. Recall all the conversations you had and just make statements. Let's say just write interview 1, this was conversation, interview 2, interview 3, interview 4, interview 5. Now from each of it, try to search, was it something that you find yourself a little stuck or difficult to answer? Because at times it may so happen that there are some new technologies coming in, and certain firms work on certain other technologies which you are not aware of. So if they may have asked you a question and it would have been about something you're not really trained on, they may not have found you to be somebody eligible to be given that role. Or that you should have prepared well to answer a difficult question that the interviewer is asking, a 10 plus years of person coming with a 10 plus years of experience. So when you recall all these conversations and you put them on a paper, you will be able to read not just this one pattern, but maybe perhaps a lot more. And then you can connect the dots too, which is one of the ways that can give you some insights into what's really is going wrong. Finally, the third step, this is not the final and exhausted one, but just for this particular series, the next step forward, one of the third steps that you could use is also to do a little research on the positions you're applying for. Because understand that in the corporate world, a senior professional either goes into an IC job, which is an individual contributor job, or a team lead. So what you have been doing for the past 10 years, you know it very well. So understand that if you're applying for a individual contributor role while you have never been into that, or you're applying for a team lead role while you never had led a team of, let's say, more than 50 people, then that could also be one of the reasons for you not really being getting selected. So think about these factors and also dig deep into the role that you're applying for. What exactly this role, in the entire chain of hierarchy, where does it stand, and what are the growth prospects? Do a bit of research so that you can one way prepare before you go to the interview and you position yourself as somebody they may hire you for, or you get to learn, is it something that you want to apply for? So it helps both ways. So these are some of the next step forwards you could do, friends, if in case you find yourself struggling to crack that interview. But beyond this, in case you feel you still need help, then I would suggest that you should hire a coach and seek help. Well, that's it for today. I hope these three basic tips that I just shared with you, you may have found them useful. Let me know. Feel free to write back to me, and I'll talk to you soon.